What if a single wrong text could change the course of your entire life? What if the message you never intended to send led you to a billionaire who knew exactly what you were going through? The storm battered Lily Morgan's dilapidated apartment, its thin walls trembling under the onslaught of rain and wind. Inside, the air was thick with the musty scent of damp plaster and despair. Lily, 26, sat hunched on a threadbare couch, her 3-month-old twins, Noah and Olivia, asleep in a second-hand crib that creaked with every gust. The refrigerator stood silent in the corner, its shelves bare save for a nearly empty carton of milk and a crusty jar of mustard. Her phone, its cracked screen a constant reminder of her precarious life, buzzed with a text from her landlord. 3 months behind. Pay by Friday or you're out. Her bank account mocked her with a balance of $12.47. Lily's hand shook as she scrolled through her contacts, searching for Sarah, her former co-worker from Westlake Hospital. 6 weeks ago, budget cuts had stripped her of her nursing assistant job, and pride had kept her from begging for help. Until now. Her twins were hungry, the formula cans nearly empty. Tears blurred her vision as she typed a desperate message. Sarah, I'm drowning. I can't feed Noah and Olivia, and the landlord's going to evict us. Please, I need help. In her exhaustion, she didn't notice she'd selected Alexander T. instead of Sarah W. and hit send. Across the city, in the gleaming penthouse atop Thornhill Enterprises headquarters, Alexander Thornhill, billionaire CEO, paused mid-sentence during a late-night board meeting. At 42, he was a man of contradictions. Piercing blue eyes that softened with hidden pain, a tailored suit concealing a past forged in struggle. His phone vibrated, and he glanced at the unknown number's message. Twins, hunger, eviction. The words hit like a fist, unearthing memories of his own desperate nights as a single father. He dismissed the board with a sharp gesture and dialed his assistant, Victoria. Get Dr. Chun, he said, his voice low and urgent, and ready the helicopter. We're going now. Lily jolted awake at 2 a.m., the twins' soft whimpers cutting through the storm's roar. Her phone buzzed again, and she grabbed it, expecting Sarah's reply. Instead, the message read, Stay where you are. Help is coming. 8T. Her heart pounded. Who was 8T? Had she been hacked? She checked her sent messages and froze. Alexander Thornhill, the billionaire CEO whose company she'd applied to a year ago, enduring a grueling interview only to be rejected. Why would he respond? What did help is coming mean? A low rumble grew outside, swelling into a deafening thrum that shook the walls. A helicopter. Lily rushed to the window, her breath fogging the glass as a sleek black chopper descended into the vacant lot across the street, its blades slicing through the rain. 3 figures emerged. A tall man in a dark coat, a woman clutching a clipboard, and another with a medical bag. Their silhouettes moved purposefully toward her building, and Lily's pulse raced. Was this a dream or a nightmare? A sharp knock startled her. She hesitated, clutching her phone, then opened the door to find Alexander Thornhill himself, rain dripping from his coat, his presence overwhelming in the cramped space. Behind him stood Victoria, his assistant, her expression all business, and Dr. Chin, a kind-faced pediatrician with stethoscope draped around his neck. Ms. Morgan, Alexander said, his voice steady but warm. I got your message. Lily's face flushed with mortification. It was a mistake. I meant to text someone else. I'm so sorry. No apologies, he interrupted, stepping inside. His eyes swept the room. The peeling wallpaper, the empty formula cans, the crib where Noah and Olivia now fussed. You need help. I'm here. Victoria set down bags brimming with groceries, diapers, and formula, while Dr. Chin moved the twins, his gentle hands calming their cries. Lily sank onto the couch, her knees weak. Why are you doing this? She whispered, her voice barely audible over the storm. Alexander's gaze softened, a flicker of vulnerability crossing his face. Because I've been where you are, he said. And someone saved me when I thought I'd lost everything. He didn't elaborate, but his tone hinted at a deeper story. One Lily sensed he wasn't ready to share. Instead, he handed her a card. Meet me at my office tomorrow. 9 a.m. bring the twins. We'll figure this out. The next morning, Lily sat in Alexander's sleek office, the city sprawling below through floor-to-ceiling windows. Noah and Olivia were with Dr. Chin at Thornhill's private daycare, a temporary arrangement Alexander had insisted on. He leaned forward, hands clasped, and made an offer that stopped her heart. A job in Thornhill Enterprises' new community support division, with a salary 4 times her hospital pay, and a fully furnished apartment in the company's employee complex, modern, secure, with on-site childcare. "I don't understand," Lily said, her voice trembling. "Why me? You don't know me." Alexander's lips curved slightly. "I know you applied here last year. Your application was memorable. Your passion for helping others, your determination, it stuck with me." He leaned back, his expression shifting to something unreadable. "There's more, Lily. Someone at Westlake Hospital recommended you to me before your layoff. They said you were exceptional, someone worth watching. I was planning to reach out when your text came." Lily's mind spun. Who at the hospital had spoken for her? And why had Alexander waited until now? Suspense thickened as she searched his face, but he deflected, promising to finalize her employment by day's end. A question began to burn, one that would haunt readers. Who had been watching Lily, and what did they know about her that she didn't? That afternoon, Lily faced her landlord, Mr. Grayson, a gaunt man with a perpetual sneer. Armed with Alexander's offer letter and a loan agreement to cover her overdue rent, she stood tall. "I'll pay every cent back," she declared, her voice unwavering. "But I'm staying until I'm ready to move." Grayson's eyes narrowed, but he sensed her newfound strength and agreed to the terms. The loan, repayable through her salary, was no handout. It was a lifeline she'd earned. Lily felt her dignity rekindle. A spark of the woman she'd been before life ground her down. Back at Thornhill Enterprises, Victoria handed Lily a folder labeled Community Support Initiative. Inside was a proposal inspired by Alexander's past, a past he revealed in fragments. He'd been a single father to twins, Emma and Sophia, now 12, scraping by in a city not unlike this one. Dr. Chun, then a young doctor volunteering at a free clinic, had saved his daughters from a life-threatening illness, offering not just medical care, but hope. That act of kindness had driven Alexander to build his empire, vowing to pay it forward. But the mystery of Lily's recommender deepened. Victoria let slip a name, Sarah, but quickly corrected herself, claiming it was a mix-up. Lily's stomach twisted. Sarah, her co-worker, had never mentioned knowing Alexander. What was she hiding? Lily stood before Thornhill's board, her voice steady as she pitched her community support program. It was a lifeline for single parents, emergency funds, childcare, job training, mental health support. Inspired by her and Alexander's struggles, it aimed to break cycles of poverty. The board's unanimous approval brought tears to her eyes. Noah and Olivia, now thriving in the company daycare, filled her days with laughter, their chubby hands reaching for her with trust. Alexander's daughters, Emma and Sophia, had become fixtures in the twins' lives. Their playdates a bright spot in Lily's new world. But the question lingered. Who had recommended her, and why had they stayed silent? The answer came unexpectedly one evening, as Lily sorted through old hospital paperwork. Tucked in a folder was a note in Sarah's handwriting. "Lily, you're stronger than you know. I sent your application to Thornhill. Don't hate me for keeping it quiet." Lily's heart raced. Sarah had been the one, but why the secrecy? She confronted her old friend at a coffee shop, the air thick with unspoken truths. Sarah's eyes brimmed with tears. "I saw you struggling at the hospital, Lily. You were so good with patients, but you never saw your own worth. I knew Alexander from a charity event. He mentioned needing someone like you. I didn't tell you because I didn't want you to feel like a charity case." Sarah hesitated, then added, "There's something else. Alexander's late wife, she worked at Westlake, too. You reminded him of her. That's why he remembered your application." Lily's breath caught. Alexander had never mentioned a wife, let alone her connection to the hospital. The revelation reframed his kindness. Was it pity, guilt, or something deeper? One evening, as Lily packed up her office, Alexander appeared. His usual intensity softened. "Dinner," he said, his tone leaving no room for refusal. "Just us. The kids are with Victoria." Lily hesitated, her mind swirling. Their shared past, single parents fighting for twins, had forged a bond, but his invitation felt like a step beyond professional gratitude. She agreed, her heart pounding with anticipation and unease. At a quiet rooftop restaurant, the city glittering below, Alexander opened up. His wife, Claire, had died 10 years ago, a nurse at Westlake who poured her heart into helping others. "You have her fired," he said, his voice raw. "When I saw your application, it was like seeing her again. And when I got your text, I couldn't look away." Lily shared her own fears. The night she'd sobbed, terrified she'd fail Noah and Olivia. Their conversation flowed, raw and unguarded, until Alexander reached for her hand. "I didn't just help you because of Claire," he said. "I saw you, Lily. Your strength, your hope. You're not just surviving, you're changing lives." Her pulse quickened. This wasn't just gratitude. It was a beginning. As they left, Lily glimpsed a photo on Alexander's phone. A young Dr. Chin, Claire, and another figure. Mr. Grayson, her landlord. Her mind reeled. How were they connected? The next day, she confronted Alexander, who admitted Grayson had been Claire's uncle, a bitter man who disapproved of Alexander's rise. Grayson's hostility toward Lily wasn't just about rent. It was personal, a grudge against Alexander's success. Alexander had paid off Lily's debt to Grayson to settle an old score, but his feelings for her were real. Lily's community support program launched to national acclaim, transforming lives across the city. Noah and Olivia grew strong, their giggles echoing through the daycare. Emma and Sophia became like sisters to them, their bond a testament to shared resilience. Lily and Alexander's relationship deepened, rooted in mutual respect and a love forged in hardship. The truth about Grayson's connection explained his cruelty, but Lily chose forgiveness, focusing on her future. Sarah's quiet intervention had been the spark, her faith in Lily setting everything in motion. An accidental text had changed everything, turning desperation into hope, isolation into connection. Hey, if this story gripped you, hit that like and subscribe for more tales of resilience and unexpected twists. What would you do if one wrong text rewrote your life?